Hi guys, welcome back to the Yoga Shack. I'm your host, Rachel. So today I'm back with another 30-minute practice. So it'll be a complete practice. We'll get our asana, our pranayama, our meditation, and our relaxation. So we'll do it all. So let's just begin. We'll come down into a comfortable seated position. If you'd like, for the end, you could have a bolster and a strap. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so comfortable seated position, coming on down to the floor. You can sit cross-legged. You can even sit in a chair for this. That's fine. And just let your eyes close once you're comfortable. And begin to follow your breath. So this act of becoming present, it can just begin with observing the breath. Feeling how maybe it's cool as it comes in through your nose, and that gentle warming that happens as you exhale. Relax your shoulders, drawing yourself up to your full height. Good. On your next inhale, let the arms float up overhead. Palms come together. Exhale, draw down. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, draw down. Ground down. Inhale, lift yourself. Yeah, so we're just reaching up. Exhale down, stopping at the solar plexus, right under the rib cage, letting the right hand swivel on top of the left hand. Do you have a dedication for this practice today? Do you have somehow like an intention for yourself, linking this energy you're about to put forth to your life? It can be anything at all. And then bringing the palms together in front of the heart center and let the thumbs make light contact with the heart center. Let's begin with an Om. Om. Interlacing the fingers. Inhale, press the palms forward, arch the upper back. Exhale, come back up to sit. Let the arms drop down. So we're going to do that at 2 more times. Inhaling, reaching forward, arching the upper back. Exhale, back to center. 1 more time. Inhale and reach. Exhale, back to center. Awesome. Letting the hands come down on either side of your um, yourself here. I'm going to float one arm up, reaching over to the other side. This bottom hand will help support you. Good. And we're just going side to side. You can inhale as you reach, exhale down. Inhaling and reaching. Exhale down, coming into the side body. Good. Feeling the full expansion of the breath. Going once more to each side. Really keep the top arm long if you can. You can curve it a little bit once it reaches its uppermost spot there. Yeah, good. And then coming all the way down. And now coming down onto your back. So if you can, rolling down through the vertebrae as the knees come right into the chest, hug the knees in, rocking side to side, feeling the upper back softening. The head is fully supported, the neck can relax. Any tension that we're feeling here, we're beginning to let it go. This rhythmic rocking, helping the body feel safe, nurtured, and supported. Good. Let's bring the feet to the floor about mat width apart, clasping the forearms right up in front of the chest, and let the knees drop over to the right side. The arms move to the left, the head rolls to the left. Inhale up through center, and then exhale your knees to the left, the arms to the right, head to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale and twist. Inhaling through center. Exhale and twist. Inhaling right up to center again. Exhale. Come back to center. Reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. Press the palms up. Drawing in some openness into the palms. We're really letting the fingers move in the opposite direction that they're just accustomed to. Good. Release the hands. Now shake them out. Just let the fingers go floppy. Let them go loose. Loose, 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 loose. And then doing some controlled circles here, going one direction and then the other. And bring the right hand over to the left forearm, just squeezing down the forearm like a tube of toothpaste right off the fingers. And then bringing the left hand to the right forearm, just squeeze down. You can squeeze, 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 squeeze all the way down through the fingers. Shake both hands out. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Extend the left leg out onto the floor. Reach through the left heel. Oh, good. Now bring the right foot to the floor. Let that slide out straight. Left leg comes in. Hug it in. Good. Bring the left foot back to the floor. Slide it out. Right leg comes in. We'll hug it in. Good. And then holding on behind the hamstrings here, onto the hamstrings, so we're not compressing the lower leg. Oh, good. Releasing that foot to the floor. Slide it out. Left leg comes in, hold on behind onto the hamstring. Hug the knee in. Oh, yeah. And then place that foot down on the floor. Slide it out. Let the arms release out to the sides a bit. The feet separate, probably a little bit wider than your mat. And let the feet roll in and out just a couple times. Good. And then we're just going to bring the lower body right now into this lateral stretch. We're going to take the left ankle and cross it over onto the right ankle. And just feel the whole lower body doing that nice swing over to the right side. Just give that a minute. Good. And then uncross your ankle. Bring it back over to the left side. And then the right ankle comes over onto the left side. And again, the whole lower body is doing that nice curve over to the left. Just give this a moment. Yeah. And then release again. So now we're going to cross the left ankle over onto the right ankle again. And then this time, if your shoulders are up to it, take the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, press the palms away from the crown of the head, and then take the upper body over towards the right side. So now your whole body is doing a curve. The top and bottom are going over towards the right, and the middle section is over towards like the left, right? So we have this whole curve going on. Take a few breaths here. Bring the upper body back to center, uncross the ankles, and then the right ankle goes right over to the left side, and the upper body can reach over towards the left as well. Keep in mind with this, we want to keep the whole body so that it's facing up towards the ceiling. So if you start to like roll onto your left hip or something, you've gone a little too far. Just come out of the curve a little bit and just breathe here. Keep reaching up through the right arm, making that whole right side really long. And then uncrossing the ankle, come back to center. Bring the arms down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Rocking side to side. Nice. Perfect. All right, let's bring the feet to the floor pretty close into your bottom. So like think 3 inches away, okay? And that's just a general guideline. So we're going to come up into a moving bridge. And something to keep in mind when we come up is that as you roll up through the pelvis, you want the ankles pretty much under the knees. So if your feet are too far in towards your butt, you'll have the knees way out over the feet. And if your feet are way too far out, of course, you'll you don't have anything under the knees to support them. So just keep that in mind. We ideally want the ankles under the knees. So with that in mind, on your next inhale, let the tail tuck under and begin to float the pelvis up towards the ceiling, just rolling up through the spine. And then on the exhale, roll down. And that's why we call it a moving bridge, because we move in on the inhale and we move out on the exhale. And you're just rolling up just enough so it's perfect for you. You don't have to roll all the way up through the entire spine. You can just tuck the tailbone under a little bit. It can be really centralized. So you can just be tucking the tail and rolling up halfway through the spine, and then releasing down. We're just moving in a wave, trying to articulate the vertebrae, letting them, they like to move together, but here we're asking them to like kind of perform a little bit on their own, coming up like a wave and moving down like a wave. Good. Let's do a few with the arms. So on the inhale, you can take the arms up overhead. Exhale, down, down, down. Arms retrace their arc all the way back down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Last one with the arms here. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, 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 down. Awesome. Now, very carefully, bring one knee in and then the other. And then we're going to slide the hands around right behind the knees. Hug the legs in. Good. Good. And then bring the hands around to the shins again. Slide the hands down towards the ankles and just rock side to side. The hands are down towards the feet or the ankles. Good. Cross at the ankles now, and then see if you can hold on to the opposite ankle. So the left hand to the right ankle, right hand to the left ankle, and again, rocking side to side. Perfect. All right, and then back to center. Again, release the feet to the floor. We're going to roll right over onto the right side, using the left hand to press into the floor. Come on up to sit, and then come around into a table. Find yourself here. So just give a few breaths. So we want the hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips, and then find yourself. So what I mean by that is like our nervous system is readjusting just by being in a different position to gravity here. So we're just finding ourselves in this new position where we are in relationship to the ground. Just a couple breaths here. All right, and now we're ready for some movement. So on your next inhale, arching the back up towards the ceiling. Exhale back to center, so you have this level table. And then inhale the belly towards the floor. Raise the head and tail up. Exhale back to table. Inhale and arch. So you see what we're doing here. We're moving to the extreme on the inhale and then neutral on the exhale. Inhale. Moving into that stretch. Exhale back to center. Go at your own pace with this. Move faster or slower than me, that's fine. Oh, yeah. So the challenge really is to find neutral in between. I know for myself, I want to go right into the other direction, but see if you can find that neutral place on the exhale, right between where the head and tail are kind of reaching away from each other, just like polarity, right? All right, let's find our way back to center. Curl the toes under now. Let's take a little puppy stretch before we do our down dog. Walk the hands out in front, shift the hips a little bit in back of the knees. Forehead finds its way down to the floor. Draw back through the hips just very gently so that you get a little more traction through the arms and the shoulders. Excellent. Walk the hands back in under the shoulders. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees. The knees stay bent for this, down dog. And then when you're ready, one leg will straighten and then the other. And you go back and forth a couple times, saying hello to the backs of the legs. Keeping this all very safe, very gentle. All right, now let's begin to walk the hands and feet in towards each other. Little baby steps in with the feet, baby steps in with the hands until you're in a forward bend, bent knees, back of the neck releases, and then roll up to stand. Bring the hands up to the thighs, helping yourself out with a little assist here, coming all the way up to stand. Oh, I love that. All right, so now we're up to stand. Check out your feet. You want them parallel, a little bit wider than your hips. So we got this nice wide stance. Think like superhero stance. I love that. We're going to inhale the arms up, stretch up, palms face the floor as you exhale down. Inhaling up. You can glance up at the hands as you reach up if you like. Exhale all the way down. Inhaling up. Keep that right arm up overhead. The left arm's going to come all the way down. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Arc over towards the left side. Good. All right, we're going to release everything down. Inhaling up. Right hand comes down to the hip. Arc over. Back up. And everything comes down. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Left arm down. Left hand to the hip. Arc over to the left. All the way back up and down. Both arms up. Right arm down, right hand to the hip, arc over and down again. Excellent. Roll the shoulders back, roll them back. Take a couple arm circles back and then forward. These can be more central if that feels better to your shoulder, like a little smaller out to the side, okay? Good. Bring the arms back down to the sides. Good. Now widen the feet a little bit more. We're going to take a wide angle forward bend. So bringing the hands to the hips, pivoting forward from the hips with bent knees. So my knees are really bent here. And we're coming forward. Hands come down the thighs. And once you're to a place where you start to really feel your hamstrings stretching, just stay there. You don't have to go like, hog wild with your crown of your head on the floor. This is still the pose right here. It's still the pose. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears, drawing the hips behind you, like you have this, like you're fluffing your tail feathers behind you as you pivot forward. Yeah, and if you're feeling flexible enough to reach for the floor, or you can even bring like a block under your shoulders, bring the floor up a little bit higher for you. Hands would be right under the shoulders, lengthen through the crown of the head. And you just keep working like that. You imagine really the pivoting happening from the hips as you're pivoting forward. The hands are helping support. So there's lengthening through the whole torso, lengthening through the legs, even though the knees are a little bit bent. The legs still are long. We'll breathe here, a couple more breaths. On your next exhale, walk the hands over towards the right side. Draw back on the left hip. So we get a bigger stretch into that left side. And then walking the hands over, or the block, sliding your hands or the block over to the left side. Draw back on the right hip. And then back to center. Hands right back under the shoulders. Remember, it's a gentle practice here. Gentle, gentle. Good. Now we're going to bring the hands back up to the thighs. Fingertips are curving into the inner thighs here. Yeah, and we're coming all the way back up. Give yourself a little assist here. Back up to stand. And then find your full height again. Reaching up through the crown of the head. Heel toe your feet in until they're right under you again. What's up? Good. And then shake out the shoulders a little. Do a little side step, side to side. Loosen it up a little. And we're going to come right into the tree from this, all right? So we're doing our little step side to side. And as you're doing this, you're testing it out. You're balancing on one side a little and then the other side. Just try it out. Little stepping. Okay. So then once you decide, I'm going to let you decide which foot do you want to balance on first. The next time you bring your weight over to that leg, make sure the toes and the knee are all pointing in the same direction. And then you're going to put your weight right on that leg. The hips stay in agreement with the standing leg. The knees, the toes, and the hips are all looking in the same direction. Opposite leg comes up. We can have this with the toes on the floor. That's good too. And we're pivoting using our rotator muscles here in the hip to rotate this knee outward, but still maintaining that forward direction with the standing leg, the hips. The foot obviously is pretty planted here. All right, cool. So then once you have this nice turnout going on, you can bring the arms out to the sides with the palms facing forwards. Or if your shoulders are up to it, bring the arms all the way up overhead. You decide. Good. All right, so as we're holding this here and we're breathing, I'll give you alternate positions for the foot. So again, you can have the toes on the floor, you can have the foot on the lower leg, or if you want to bring the foot up to the upper leg, you can grab that ankle and place it at the upper leg, and you're reaching up here. Good. All right, let's bring it down, 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 down. Shake out that standing leg. Give it a little massage. Good. And then coming right into the other side. You're ready for this. Pick your position. So we keep the knees, the toes all in the same direction. Opposite leg turns out. Again, you can have the toes on the floor, lower leg or upper leg. Skip right over that knee. Arms can come up or be out at the sides and just be flared a little bit with the palms forward. One more inhale. Exhale down. Good. Let's massage this standing leg now. Let's give it a little rub down. Oh, top. All right, we're going to come all the way down onto the mat now. All the way down, 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 down. Cross leg position. Bring the hands around behind you. Find your full height. And then we're going to take a little twist over towards the right side. That right hand will stay around behind you. Rotate around. Take a few breaths. And then right over to the left side. Just let it swing all the way around. Left hand is behind you. Couple breaths here. And back to center. That's perfect. Good. All right, we're going to come down onto the back. So this is where we're going to grab the strap, okay? So coming down onto the back. You're going to grab your strap, or if you don't have a strap, it's fine. You can just hold on behind the leg. We're going to lasso the right foot and extend that right leg out. Good. And you're just looking for a stretch in the back of the leg while maintaining length through the torso. So if you go too far with this, you'll find the body will start to like curl in on itself. The right leg will bend, and you'll just in general feel like you want to be like a pill bug and curl in on yourself if you try to take this too far too fast. So let's maintain that length through the right leg, through the torso, and let the strap be here to guide us. And even if you're more bendy and you're more flexible, sometimes it's nice just to have the leg perpendicular to the floor and letting the strap help feed the leg down into the hip socket, helps resettle the whole sacral joint. Good. All right, let's release this. Bend the knee in towards the chest. And we're going to bring the left foot into that strap. Extend it out, right foot to the floor. And again, you're just looking for that first bit of stretching in the back of the left leg. Taking a few breaths here. Length through the torso, length through the leg. Soften in that left hip socket. Feeling the whole circumference of the hip socket all the way around from the inner thigh, front of the whole hip flexors, the outer hip, hamstrings, all of that. It's just loosening. Good. Let's release this. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Release the strap. Hug the knees in. Oh, I love this part. You can send yourself a little note of appreciation, telling yourself how much you appreciate yourself. You just say, "Oh yeah, you're a good friend to me." You're a good friend. All right. So now let's come to Shavasana. So good, right? We're already here, Shavasana. If you'd like, take your bolster, place it behind your knees for support. It just helps relieve any tension through the low back or the hips. We get the knees up a little. It just, so nice. Let the arms come out at the sides, palms up. And once you're comfortable, you can even let the shoulder blades tuck in ever so slightly. And once you're comfortable here, let the eyes close. Feeling the lids on your eyes as refreshing. The actual eyes themselves can relax. Relax your entire face, letting go of any expression you might be holding on to. Relax your cheeks, the corners of your mouth, your jaw. Allow your temples to just slide back towards the floor, relaxing the outer corners of your eyes. Relax your eyebrows. Feel the center of the forehead relaxing from your hairline all the way down to the tip of your nose. Entire face relaxing. Relax your neck and your shoulders, letting them be heavy. Your elbows, both elbows. Relax your wrists and your palms and all your fingers and your thumbs. Soften your chest, your heart center, strong and vibrant and relaxed. Relax your upper back. Relax your low back. Soften your belly. Relaxing all the inner workings of the belly. Imagine what that's like. Relaxing all your organs, the deep core muscles. Relax your hips. Relax both knees. Relax both ankles. And relax both feet. Relax your whole body now. Allow your next breath to be a little deeper. And wiggling the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes and letting your head rock side to side. Stretching out a little. And then drawing your knees in towards your chest and rolling over onto your right side, and just pause there for a moment. So this is our transition moment where we just let everything settle, let everything find equilibrium. And using that left hand, press into the floor, come on up and find yourself around into a comfortable seated position. And I'd like to end with a pranayama, a breathing exercise where we do a little breath holding, not a lot. So don't worry. It's not like we're going to hold it for minutes here. It's just a nice deep breath in Exhale completely. Next breath in. At the top, hold it just for a moment. And exhale. And let's take a normal breath in between. And letting that exhale just kind of empty out of you. On your next inhale, let it be a little deeper. Hold at the top. And exhale. Taking a normal breath in between. And the next breath in, take it a little deeper. Hold at the top. And exhale. Perfect. Good. All right. Now just breathing normally in and out through your nose. Feeling yourself having equilibrium, feeling yourself, the balanced parts of yourself. Feel how they pull anything that might be out of balance towards it. The body is looking for balance. It's looking for that homeostasis. It's always seeking that. And just feel how any parts that are really imbalanced, they're like a tuning fork for the rest of your body, inviting it towards wholeness, inviting it towards healing, towards peace of mind. Being patient with any of those areas of yourself that aren't quite ready for balance, right? Maybe they're like, oh, I see that, but I'm not quite there. Patience with them. They'll come. They'll come to balance. All right. So now let's end our practice here together with an Om. Inhaling. Om. Bring the palms together and bowing to the light and the shadow in everything. Hari Om. That's that. And to each other. Namaste. It was great practicing with you guys today. And I look forward to seeing you next time.